If a curve has a stationary point of 2, 3 and a gradient of 2x minus k, where k is a constant, find first the value of k, then y when x equals 1 by hand. I'm not going to use the calculator one. Please check your book on how to do that. So just quickly coming to stationary points. So remember a stationary point, stationary, like in a train station, is a place where a train comes to rest. So stationary point is one point of rest. Point of rest. It can also be usually a turning point. So it's either a turning point or it can be a point of inflection. Okay, so point of inflection. So that is what a inflection. Okay, so stationary point is a point of rest, a turning point, point of inflection, any one of those, we know what that is. So the stationary point is 2 and 3, which means that that stationary point is not only going to lie on the gradient, it's also going to lie on the actual curve that I have. So if I have any curve, let's take any curve, and I say that there's a stationary point, which means there, and I find what is the gradient at that point, right? So that gradient there, if I say 2, 3, it means that the stationary point is there. That point is on the pink line as well on the blue, as on the blue line, right? So the stationary point is on the line as well as on the gradient. Okay, so let's quickly look at what they give us. They say the gradient of 2x minus k, where k is a constant. So what is the gradient? I can say the gradient, what is gradient? Gradient is my change in y over my change in x. So that's the rate of change. So that's dy d over x. So we know dy dx, or the derivative of x, or the derivative of y, equals 2x minus k. So that's the information that I got just from the question. Now we can go and do the question. They say find a value where k is, or what k is. What's the value of k? Now I said that this 2x minus k, that is the gradient at any point, but I know that that point lies on that line. So if I substitute 3, and what do we know? We know that the gradient at the stationary point is 0. So we know at stationary point, at stat point, we know that gradient equals 0. Therefore, the derivative of x equals 0, which means 2x minus k equals 0. So when this equals 0, I also know that x equals 2. So if I substitute this 2 into this equation, I will be able to calculate that k. Okay, so I'm going to say 2 times that x is 2 minus k, that's what I want to find out, equals 0. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative k goes to the other side. It's not going to go to the other side, you know, add k. So k equals 4. So what do I know? I know that the derivative of y equals 2x minus, what's k? Minus 4. So that's my new equation. Right. The next question is, let's shoot another color. Right. Let's just say, they say find y when x is 1. Find y when x is 1. Now we don't have y, we only have the derivative of y. So how do I find y? Well, I know that y will equal the integral of this function. It's wrong color. So I want to say y equals the integral of the derivative of y dx. In other words, the integral of this function, 2x minus 4, in terms of x. So if I integrate this, it becomes 2x, add 1 to the power, that's 2, divide by the new power, which is 2, minus constant value adds an x plus c, which equals, which equals, I'll move this up, you don't need a question anymore, which equals, that cancel, x squared minus 4x plus c. That is what y equals now. What did they ask us? They said, find out what is y when x is 1. So I can find out what's 1 when x or y if x is 1. But I still don't have c. Going back to this, what I said here. This y equals x squared minus 4x plus c is actually my graph. So it didn't look like that. It actually looked like that. Okay, so that's how the graph looks like. I just need to find out what is c. What do I know? I know 2 and 3 lies on that line as well. So if I substitute this 2 and 3 into my equation, I can calculate what is c. So y is 3. Y is 3. That equals x squared, which means 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus c. Okay, this equals, move up, this equals 3, which equals 4 minus 4 times 2 is 8, plus c. So c equals 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Negative 4 goes over, it becomes plus 4, which means 3 plus 4 is 7. So what's my equation? My equation is therefore, running out of space, therefore y equals, this is 7, so y equals x squared minus 4x, not c, but plus 7. So that's the equation without c. What was the question? What is y when x is 1? Okay, so I'm going to say when x equals 1, y equals, what does y equal? Well, I put x in 1 there. 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 7. This is 1. Take away 4 is negative 3 plus 7 is 4. So when x is 1, y is 4. And that's all you need to be able to do.